Here we go. Game number 2 between NikolaMX and the Titan in PA League Division 2. This is one of the deciding games that is going to decide the top 3 in this particular league. It's very interesting. Titan got away with the first one. Ear control, ear superiority ran away from Nick, and he got punished massively by Titan, who also had the superior eco. Now it's a new chance for the Nick. We're over at FrozenOreoYoughurt. The playstyle is going to differ massively because this is a bigger planet, more economy, more everything. We're probably going to see sooner tier 2, possibly even effective use of a star cannon. We'll see indeed. Planet where we see a lot of the naval here, as well as land in different areas with a lot of metal. So expansion is a key, naval presence is a key, air control of course is a key. It's such a big planet. So I'm just going to turn on my audio more. Not high enough in my opinion. Here we go. The Titan spawning in black at the South Pole, going Legion once again. Really pushing the Legion at the moment here. Probably thinking they're onto something, so that's curious to see, but it did definitely work last game, so maybe a very good choice here from the Titan. He's opening like he did last game, over to 1 power catalyst, air factory, 2 more power catalyst, 1 fabber, 1 combat fabber, and then 1 fabber once again is what we're going to see out here from Titan. Probably kind of queue up more air factories as time goes here, because we all know it's a big map, very important. Air fabbers might be a key. We know Titan loves to use those air fabbers. Over at the other side, NikolaMX going ocean blue once again, swapping it over to MLA here. Probably didn't really feel like he had the stuff going like he really wanted to with Legion. Makes a choice to try to mix stuff up. Hopefully are going to be able to take down the Legion player here with the MLA. So out with a bot factory over to a air factory, over to more air. Very standard heavy air build from MLA right here. This is proven stuff. This is definitely good stuff. But the thing is that tier 2 timing, air play, as well as macro play long term is what's going to decide this game, not the opening. Still very good stuff here. 4 fabbers out from Nick. Very greedy indeed, and I like it. Titan on the other hand is a bit more conservative. These fabbers of course being more effective in demanding more power. If we see the difference there, 13 metal every tick is what the armor fabricator can build, only costing 850 energy. On the other hand here, the bot fabber from MLA is just 8 every tick, but is cheaper as well as faster. So if we look at the difference here in terms of expansion, Nick is way ahead already. Not way ahead, but quite significantly away, even though this combat fabber versus this combat fabber is 45 versus 30 in terms of com reclaim. So Nick probably going to queue up some naval factory not too distant future here with his fabbers. Titan on the other hand seems very captivated in building energy, so probably gonna make sure that he's ready to go into tier 2. Goes over to double com reclaim here, so really gonna try to rush out that tier 2 factory. I like this strategy out for Titan. It is gonna lack in terms of units quite a bit, but he is gonna get a very good and early tier 2. He's gonna push his eco long term, so gonna go quite some more tier 1 first, but later on he's gonna rush out that tier 2. Nick on the other hand is satisfied with his 3 air factories, now out raiding forces. Even though he has 3 air factories, he hasn't really been raiding too effectively here, as we see air fabbers out from Titan, now being taken out though, crucially so, before he gets up this metal mechs. It's also going to be probably raided by these doxes, so very effective raiding by Nick. I really like to see that. Good stuff. Titan on the other hand is very limited in terms of expansions. These 2 combat fabbers is really what's keeping it going for him, so I would like to see maybe expand a bit more, because this is very limiting long term. he's staying in the game with the com reclaim this far, but we all know it's not sustainable long term due to the damage the commander will take. Nick doing what we requested, moving into the naval. He's going to get naval fabbers. Then after, I'm curious to see if he's going for naval barracudas or orcas. I reckon a good combination of those will be good. Orcas can fight land units pretty strongly. Narval, of course, good anti-air. Barracudas, good anti-naval. Probably going to see a tier 2 naval in long term too from Nick. Very, very strong units can go for the kaijus. So try and excuse me, I'm just going to turn down the music a little bit. Here we see the Titan taking use of some stokes here, pushing expansions of Nick. That's good rating, but for every mech he takes down, 3 rises elsewhere. So effective expansion from Nick, okay rating from Titan. Not so good expansions from Titan. I gotta say this is a bit disappointing. Late tier 2, bad expansions, crashing economy now. Crashing massively in terms of economy now. I think this is a early game in hugely in favor from Nick. Just seems to be the one who's more on point. Going his 4th air factory already. Titan on the other hand, going 7 air factories out of the opening. It's just gonna go for the mass air. But which one of these players have enough economy to support this production? That is Nick. So I don't think that air count is gonna count in Titan's favor so much long term, because he just simply cannot uphold the production through his economy. It's more important to have the 100% efficiency than having 3 extra factories. Moving over to tier 2 air. Wow, Titan. This is exciting stuff. Question is, can he win the air superiority, and with that just raid everything that's out there from Nick? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. His commander though, getting dangerously low with this double com reclaim. I would not be surprised to see either a air snipe or just a com reclaim kill as this commander creeps down too fast. 12, 10, 9, 8. This is a ticking bomb. 7. Is he going to see it? Is he going to revert it? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, and we can breathe out as he reverted the reclaim. But just look at what that did to his economy, and like basically one butterfly blowing at this commander will make it go poop. So poof, I mean, excuse my language. Wow. So I absolutely despise this dangerous play with the commander here, but if you can make it, if you can pull it off, then who am I to criticize that? Just once again, the expansion we've commented on earlier, it's really going in favor of Nick. Titan not being that aggressive. His air superiority, now his tier 2 air as well, it's not giving him the rating power that you would normally see out from this many air factories. You would think this many air factories should give you good air advantage to raid everything, but Nick is the massive air expander, massive expander in this game. Even going in a naval factory all the way up here. He got completely naval control at the moment. He got most land expansions. He just have this game in his little hand, or big hand, whatever you want to say. And he even got tier 2 air himself here with ton of air favors and massive economy to push that out too. So I think he's countering Titan very, very nicely here. Titan winning their superiority, but for how long? Phoenixes versus what? Scythe, is that what it's called? Firebird, I mean, excuse me. I believe the Phoenix should be superior unless the Scythe, Firebird, excuse me, manages to kite successfully. This Narva is gonna push up, and just look at this. Nick just expanded massively everywhere. Really, really nice out of him. Very impressive stuff. So the early game has put everything on a golden chair for Nick. So the question is just, does he take this opportunity? And I don't know. Look at this fabric train of air fabrics. It's going to expand out. Every second these guys lives, it's going to pay off more and more as it almost insta-builds his metal extractors around the map. Titan going some massive ears, probably surprised to just he haven't had more ear security than what he has. Starting to run away a bit. Right here though. It's forced to reckon with his nerve, or possibly now running away for now, postponing that issue. Nick himself up with another tier 2 ear factory. If this one gets up, then he's really going to have a highway back into the air game. It's a very good choice from him. Advanced bot factory out for him too. Both of them now moving over to tier 2 land. Very crucial to get up that crucial tier 2 economy on land. That ends the game. You really need a bigger production, and you cannot get that unless you go to tier 2. Just going two tier 2 factories at once is slowing this down quite a bit for Nick. His energy is really suffering because of all this fabrics just running in the base. And this crash of economy slows down the air production quite a bit for Nick. And we see Titan running ahead because of that. Very successful raiding now. This might be the way that Titan can get back into this game. Nick setting up shop in the middle of Titan's base now on the side here. Good air confrontations from Titan, but Nick is getting closer to challenge back the air. I think if Nick manages to challenge back the air and win it, then I really think it's over. Nick going tier 2 naval, talked about very early here in the lake. But it is actually stopped by Titan very nicely indeed. Very risky move to build a tier 2 naval factory this close to Titan's base, easier to be seen by Titan and therefore countered as we saw, but still. Risky moves pay off more usually. Lobs out from Nick here. Tons of lobs. He's going to just try to spew that metal out on the battleground as fast as possible. Cheap units. So tier 2 economy is about to come out for Nick, and unless Titan manages to counter this, he is going to have trouble. And out comes the advanced air faber, the most risky faber there is, because it's so expensive, but it's so mobile too. So it's a big risk, big reward situation once again from Titan here. I'm not liking what I see there though, because you do have this advanced armor factory that you can build out of. But that one is actually worked down by the naval forces of Nick. So very bad placement there from Titan, and is forced to reckon with this stuff. Otherwise this factory is going to go down. And even his commander is quite vulnerable here, sitting on 5%. I don't think he even saw it. He needs that radar that he now has. Nick really back in the air game right at this moment in time. Really starting to shot in the circle on the Titan. Seems like Nick got this game in his palm right now. It's all about just grabbing the chance. I would not be surprised to see Titan going into sniping territory here if he realizes what horrible situation he is in at the moment. Maybe you don't know. Let's take a look at what he sees. He knows Nick is in the water around him. He knows he's in a horrible situation. But we'll see, here goes the air trade to Nick winning back the air security. This is massive victory for him. You can see how much map control he has. Just expansions everywhere. Titan not managing to contest this expanding game. This game. Not managing to expand so much himself. And here comes the Locust through the naval, taking out the tier 2 factory. He's going to work on the fusion. So running into the commander. They're too bad for Nick here. But still gets the tier 2 factory. Oh! Is he going to get the tier 2 air factory too? What a massive locust run by Nick. Getting 2 tier 2 factories, and I believe that's GG, and Titan actually agrees with me. It's surely going to blow up any second there. His base is shrunken, no tier 2 left on the pitch and no commander, and there goes the GG. Well played by Nick, bringing his best out of 3 back into his palm. 1-1 between the two players. It's all going to be down to the last game. And guess what map we got ahead of us? We got Hades, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to travel to the Underworld to battle this out once and for all. Who is the better player? Who deserves the point in PLE. So looking into this game, just the expanding game out of Titan really was the limitation for him. Running very hot with his comm reclaim down to 2%, almost reclaiming himself to death, reverting it last minute. It's a big drain, lagging behind in economy, even though he take advantage of the double reclaim. Nick on the other hand, very nice expansion. Both players going heavy ear. Nick being ahead in terms of eco. You see inefficiency, most of the games are managing to stay in the air game that way. Tier 2 air never paid off for the Titan. Tier 2 economy didn't come too soon. And Nick won this game by quite a bit. Same can be said about Titan's last game. So maybe these two maps cater to different parts of the skills of the players. We don't really know this last map, however, is going to decide everything. Curious to see what they go, if they go Legion or MLA. I reckon Nick is very tempted to decide to go Legion last game because of the Star Cannon, but he has so much success with MLA right now, so very curious to see that. The Titan on the other hand, going Legion both games, very successful first game, but now realizing, you know what, I'm not unbeatable with Legion. Maybe deciding to swap it over to MLA, we will see. So I will be right back with the last game, so stay tuned.